check 1 2 3 4. Sound check 1 2 3 4. Sound check. Sound. Sound check 1 2 3 4. Sound check 1 2 3 4. Sound check 1 2 3 4. Sound check.
He came to the house when he saw my colleague, he started to use the car. Yeah, Shagun. Lọ́ba mi bá check up. He's experimenting.
Paley, so, you know, the former governor knows something. This is your seat. As the first.
My hand is just a stone throw from
Maybe permanent. Yeah, well, no, because I always relate to and tell him, I say, West Club test, West Club meeting. No. The lady that came earlier. Gloria. Gloria, yes. I know.
Once we go to celebrate,
I don't feel confirmed. I don't really feel
5 minutes time. But we are not getting 5 minutes. Because Veja is a very responsible company. See, they are sharing friends. They are sharing friends with this place. So the whole of this place, down, they are the owners. First they have the hospital, then they have the yard. But look at the road. The moment you pass this minister's plot, the moment you pass it, all the way down, including in front of their own yard, deplorable condition. So it's private individual that just RSA. Lady. Yeah, brother. Let me look for first. Okay. Sorry, I check. Wow.
We don't go anywhere.
Oh, first of all. See money I wanted to give to you. So look at me. I just forgot where she came. I forgot where she came.
Sometimes
Where is the pen now? Oh, okay. That's what I was.
Even this chair.
It's not ideal. It's a throne.
Yes. Mr. Olayinka, I don't mean to be a physical gamer, but this chair, not at all. It looks like he's a king on a throne that will come to command. No, he's a king, but
That's bad. That dry one. That long one is bad. Just put it.
I'm just saying.
Our guys disagree a lot. To shift away.
Thank you. So what we used to suggest in those days is that you can have a chair different from the ankles, but don't let it be so, what's the name? It's not even good for the ankles.
Exalted.
Exactly.
I said it the last time in his office, and they agreed that was then
Yeah.
when we were doing it in the office. That first of all, for television, when the chair is too big, it swallows
The person
the person there. So, camera-wise, in terms of the camera's composition, the attention is not on the person on the throne, but the throne itself. I don't know if you understand
Yes,
what I'm
of
saying.
course.
Because, for instance, if you are not very big, and the chair swallows you, it makes you small, as if you are not even supposed to be on that seat. So if you're doing documentaries, you advise them, move away from your seat, come to the front of your seat and take the smaller chairs. It gives you better depth, and nobody will see the back of the chair. But this one, you are going to be inside it like.
You need to put your mouth and add.
Now,
It's going to think that this girl came which day.
no. The issue is this. Sometimes we overestimate their influence with the man.
It's not the man that has
No,
it,
what I'm
is
saying
it?
is it's easier for
talk to
you
the
to
man.
talk. I'm telling you, that's just the truth. Chief Hakim. Chief Hakim. Killing challenge. I should myself. Yeah.
You are paying the price for coming late now. So
If you invite him, you want to invite him for something, you give them the invite and all that. You just find out the guy didn't get it. It's better for you to just walk up and say, please.
So about what time does it come in? 10 minutes too?
I have no idea. It depends on his mood.
So can we coordinate this thing together so that we don't have that?
Rowdy. It was rowdy. And it became incendiary.
Hey, Pat.
Hello, good morning, Father. Good morning. I'm fine, thank you. I'm so sorry, I forgot. I remembered and I forgot your request. I will call my sister and I will make sure that we have it sent before the end of today. Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah. All right. What is all this, for God's sake?
So how are we coordinating this? They have to be concrete about their arrangements. You know, we are agreeing on things. After a while, everybody starts jumping
Morning,
in.
Mama. Good morning. How are you? I'm okay. Happy Good Friday to you.
They are the ones who break it.
How's the family?
Remember the time you were telling me, let me. I was just
Fantastic. I wanted to tell you that
it's too tight.
how was I going to tell you now? Yeah, so I wanted to tell you that that's what now. We need to send a picture for our article, the article that we wrote together. We need to send the picture. So please,
Sorry, that's what I want to do.
you're going to send the picture, please. A picture, no picture. I have to send the profile picture to Father Fidelis Michael. Or don't worry, just email it to me and I will just add my own and forward it to you. Director Press. Good to see you. Good to see you too.
You are here today.
I am.
No, my mic is okay. Just just here.
Thank you. Good morning. How are you doing? Good morning, sir. Okay. So what are the issues in the FCTO?
What issues? Developmental issues.
They say that they suspect that he doesn't want to talk, even though they haven't exactly spoken with him and all of that. You know, but they suspect that he might not want to talk to. He wants to talk more politics.
But I ask myself,
And he wants to talk about issues around the
FCT media, ministers' media chat.
Yeah, so I think, Edmond, usually I think there's a 1 hour for FCT issues, then 1 hour for politics. Is that still the format? Has not changed there.
If you are going to stay by the titular theme of the discussion. Wow.
It cannot be fully politics though.
I've asked them.
Or at the minimum, the first 30 minutes dedicated to it. Yeah.
Let's have him so that we'll do all the ground.
Okay.
We need to generate the graph for the game.
If you don't have mic stand,
Let's start from him. No, because that is going to. So that you don't have confusion.
Just take 1, 2, 3.
Because that's the way it's going to be.
Room temperature for me, please. Thank you.
Thank you.
about room temperature. Look at the sun.
Today is even fasting day, but for the sake of
don't seem to take our religion so seriously. So nobody takes us seriously. There's no Muslim that will put their interview on a day like this in their own faith. None. In fact, I just finished one, back and forth with an executive director of my office, and I said, "You're doing promotion for people."
Can we move a little bit forward?
You're doing promotion interviews. You say everybody should wait.
He's in the sun. If you can move a little to your right.
what is in the sun?
Just a little bit
Oh, okay. Are you sure that they're going to see me today? Move, and then move the chair forward. Why are we so?
Oh, it's not too close.
You talk to me in the afternoon. You know today is holiday. Yeah? You know today is a public holiday, but I'm at home.
It's a framing.
This is the fourth time we are shifting.
He's still in the sun, oh.
For him to move from this, then you are going to be close because some of our shops are inside the shop.
Okay, just leave it like that.
Okay.
It's not me that I'm bothered about all that. So should we spread him inside the sun? Is that what we should do?
No.
We should hang him in the sun, Abby. Because it's a 2-hour program. It should be there cooking in the sun.
It's the arrangement.
It's how to find a solution.
As it's going up, it's going to get more.
Okay, please help us check.
I don't know now. The camera shots now will determine now.
Since you don't know your alternative, because if you are too close to the sometimes come to and you do like this. So don't come too close. From there we are inside the shop. Where some of us are facing.
From there,
Yes.
you can't be inside.
If she's here, she will be inside the shop. Or maybe the cover. I don't check the file.
If I move forward, don't come.
I love this name, eh? There's something so many things I can play with it, for poetry. Everywhere.
Yes, please.
Sorry, which of the media houses? Oh, okay.
No, it's a name from Badagry.
Oh, but only
Yes.
In case of anything.
These people are, they are my cousins.
I've never met you here before. You don't come here before.
So agencies are there. From Ondo State, we use that water to fish. So we've mixed with many people from other areas because they don't really like to fish like that.
Can you imagine
So there are a lot of families near at your market.
I said you guys should be prepared though. In case it's decided that we start with politics. So maybe we'll begin rev your engine. I know that's what you guys enjoy most.
But what I was told is that it's fully politics today. That it's fully politics
It
today.
cannot be fully politics.
We have to persuade him otherwise.
That we'll start with politics.
Okay.
We'll have to persuade him otherwise. Because if we start with it, there's no way you can go to FCT again.
He may start with politics, but we can't stop him. So if he does that, that will even be okay.
Is that your liking?
All that will mean that we still have
Is that your liking?
You like it, ba? No, because I know that it will just be going.
Oh my heat of politics.
The tempo will be increasing.
To just be going. So it becomes combative. This.
But that's what you guys enjoy.
No, it's not good for TV.
That's what you guys enjoy.
Let's
The only one that is
Once is
the
relaxed.
only one that politics.
Child, how can you be a politician?
I'm the one.
The last one we did, two ones before we did it, that was when you asked the question. When you were asking him about Oranese. Because the trend junior, when you asked that question, I'm not Igbo. But this person was elected. That is him. I'm a query. I'm not Igbo. That thing, trend. You need to find him if you go.
Doesn't like himself.
I'm able want to act para and next thing, on go step and support any stroke. On play table tennis and support any stroke. I don't understand. Now I know say Maladu.
You're the one that has been covering FCTM. Let me stroke your baby. Hello, okay.
Can you hear hello?
Come, I want to tell you something. Okay. Hello. 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 I'm fine.
Testing the mic. This is the minister's mic. Testing the mic. Can everybody hear me? Testing the mic. 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 1 2 5 4 3 2 1 0. How is it? Are you okay? Testing the mic. 1 2. All right.
Your own cannot take because the hole is bigger than the mic. Check it will not work. It will not work. See you, where are you? Where are you? Where your camera? See the lady come take if you want to allow the take your shot.
Hello?
You don't need you will be on the other side of the phone. You are clear. You don't finish. Because you don't carry the mic stand. See the mic here. Oh, guys here.
You dey plug. You dey
Which one you want use?
Maybe now you run the cable.
This man say you want use
This one. Now the mic
the only people that
this one no need to run out.
From South Africa, on this is where hotel, 5-star hotel, 7-star hotel, they will tell us power outage. They will change power outage. Never reach on Nigeria state. That's one generator.
And if we hear them run down Nigeria, I was telling Mr. Alainka, I said this thing that they've done with so many cameras, and that's why we're putting somewhere in the sun now. It's because of the many cameras. It's not ideal to have so many cameras. Everybody can come with their OB, not just have 6 or how many.
Do a normal 2-step feeder.
Do you understand?
So what you do is do a normal 2-step feeder. In fact, everybody, you don't even need any station. You have a production.
Yeah.
Everybody picks.
From there.
Yeah, so what the key about that, especially when you do sports coverages, especially all these Olympics and all, why they insist on that is that audio quality
is guaranteed
from one port. So that's why you do a 2-step feed.
See them fighting over my mic is here, my mic is not here. I'm going to come to the company.
It's a 2-step feed.
What do you need all of this mic?
Just batch your stuff.
Just put one mic.
Yes.
And that's everybody picks.
Well, even when you do this mic thing, maybe because you want to identify, it's just for optics.
What I'm saying, presidential media chat, have we ever seen this type of thing before? Who does this?
That's my one. You pick from that.
This is the style of presidential media chat, but it is not like this. This is dropping the ball and standard for broadcast media houses.
To make money, all your programs, now they will fight you, now they will just but they will stop
They have to be shifted. Remember that I went away, they had to shift.
this
Background was looking bone tight.
There are two things. In terms of locating a set. You just can't do it because you are looking for the shade for the minister. You have to look at the direction of the light.
We could have also done this windows. I mean, what's bad about it?
No, it's very tight. But what I'm saying is if you know the direction of the light, cover the shade. Because when the sun is your backlight, there's no light you want to use that can, tone down the sun. So as we are now, we are in the shade. The sun is our backlight.
And meanwhile, your mic is not. They don't talk like that.
Abuja's sun is not for children.
It's not for anyone.
Sometimes you get more than your fair share of vitamin D today. It's how you will share it amongst everybody.
No, but it's moving actually. So we soon.
So, but I think it is now faster.
They reduced the numbers today. Last time people were like 8.
It's catching attention.
Usually 6.
Yeah. Catching attention on time. It's general, just breaking into the market like that.
Normally we should go and then once somebody jumps in, we turns to a market.
That's
Because
the problem. So I've told him today, let's make sure we go right so that we are tidy. Because that last one, it didn't really look like a
It's not easy to feel.
just like a marketplace.
We were supposed to ask him questions. At the end of the day, it was as if it was a mini competition. You ask the toughest question, and also you just take the. For instance, there's a flow, and he's talking about something.
I was able to get this.
Let him land. If you jump and he goes somewhere else, you take him away from Abuja, back to Abuja, then to Kano. Oh my God. So and that was the time he had to say, wait, let me land. I mean, I was a little bit embarrassed when he's telling us.
Time is going.
I agree that.
Time is going. I don't know. As what you know, the English language will have to bend down. Bend over backwards to accommodate all the nuances of the numerous language, all the numerous peoples that it has sought to colonize.
Yes. That is true. But the funniest thing is that because of their culturalization, find out that is those who are not speak better English. It seems as if the original English was very limited. So for instance, when you speak with colleagues in the United Kingdom, you see them duplicate their sentences with French, with Latin, because
English is very limited.
TV station for first telephone. Struggle. Now, it's in the church.
Really, the minister's the minister of the FCT really is. I mean, because I don't know of any other minister that has a house like this in the FCT. That's what I'm saying. All the other ministers, they don't have houses like this here.
Orientation, everything.
Yeah, which was a thing that is crafted.
But those ministers now to
Everything is salary.
We are starting
with politics.
They don't understand that some issues are so long. Okay.
PDP, reverse, PDP. The issue of the Governors Forum recognizing the Deputy National Secretary instead of the National Secretary. Then the issue of coalition.
I can't hear you.
PDP governors distancing themselves from moves by some members of the PDP for a coalition with SDP and some others. Then the issue of National Secretary.
They're recognizing the
Deputy National Secretary. Come give judgment on it. They have said that Deputy National Secretary should act. So those are the Then on the rivers, the MPA,
Yeah, of course. That's number one. That's the hottest topic.
That one is sweet. They say it's a gift. They say it's a gift.
Abi?
If we start every question, then be along that line until all questions should be along the line until we finish before we now go into rivers. So when we now come back after 1 hour, we now come back to the FCT.
That will be a step down, Sha. You are not going up as you should do in any program. You are supposed to go up. If you come back
The
to
tempo
we are stepping
will
down.
come down. The idea is to
coming down the stairs.
It starts with.
You see, it's okay.
Yeah, I have FCT issues, shall
Plenty.
FCT issues.
I won't ask you after program. We'll commend you because you don't tell my shoes.
Why should I tell you? Why should I tell you? Me ò sọ fún yín, ẹ̀yin kọ́ mo fẹ́ béèrè lọ́wọ́ yín. It's not you that I'm.
that I can answer.
Me ò fún yín lẹ́xpo.
So the FCT issue, the issue of land reforms too.
Those ones are especially in the area council.
The issue of land reform, verification of confirmation of area council allocation.
Yeah. Yes. When we go on break, I'm not calling, I'm welcoming back. When we go on break, when we come back, I'll welcome back. I think it'll be every 30 minutes, okay?
Really?
Shebi is every 30 minutes we are going on break.
No, 1 hour.
It's 1 hour? Kilewi?
2 hours.
What I'm saying is, how many breaks are there?
Only one.
Only one. Thank you for sounding now. This is my friend.
Mr. Leke.
It's 5 minutes to.
5 minutes.
5 minutes to.
Kó bá lọ bẹ àwọn tó wà bẹ òní jẹ́ kó ṣe o.
Ṣé kìíní wà ṣé sẹ́nẹ́tọ̀ wà bẹ̀? Sẹ́nẹ́tọ̀ Aluda.
Àwọn àbẹ̀ where we live go there is like if you there now. Sabo, go tell your brother to release the minister.
Are you from FCT too?
Yes.
Oh, you're from FCT.
That's why he's enjoying this.
That's why he's enjoying. I should have guessed from your mark. So you're one of the indigenous. You're like me. We've been outnumbered.
Minority of Kogina. Minority of minority.
No. I'm from Lagos. No, I'm from Lagos.
Okay.
In our own land, we have been outnumbered.
Honestly, it's a very difficult thing. Foreigners are enjoying our games.
Where is your land in Lagos?
Where's our land? Badagry.
To Yanaba, not those things. That you are claiming your own land.
Our land, Ni. It's our land. It's our land.
The true owners of Lagos.
The true owners of Lagos.
There used to be that group now, New Face of Lagos. And
but they are not part of the true owners of Lagos.
Who says?
More or less,
that's what I'm saying now. We have been outnumbered.
I tell you, you're more of Benin Republic than...
Don't mind them. That's what they like to say. So the people that are there, where are they from?
Honestly.
If we would have taken over the political cabal. And the man holding the thing like this, isn't that Oshun, I mean, where they say it's from? Ogun people will come and be senators in Lagos.
What do we do now? We are the experiment for a new Nigeria.
But that is correct. All that guru.
Yeah.
They are all Ijebu now.
Ijebu people. They're taking over.
Hello.
You know the amazing thing? Ijebu Lagos, they differentiate themselves from Ogun Lagos.
My wife will tell you that she's Ijebu, but she's Lagosian.
We had a meeting recently, the indigenes of Lagos. I was invited to come and moderate a panel there. Quite interesting. It was very interesting. The issues that they raised. What's his name? Shupo Shashore was the convener, yeah. No, Shupo. Yes, the former AG. Yes.
Oh, it's an indigent, right?
AG of the state.
It's an indigent.
Yes. Yeah. It's 2 minutes to attack.
I told you that his brother that he told you. See, cross over.
That was together.
Let me put this down. I'm gonna wear my glasses. Honorable Minister. They don't know it's him.
Federal Capital Territory, FCT, His Excellency Chief Jason Ezewo Wike. Honorable Minister, good to see you again, sir.
Thank you very much.
And with your kind permission, let me introduce myself and my colleagues here will also introduce themselves. My name is Benga Aruleba. I work with Africa Independent Television, AIT.
Ayodele Ozuba, TVC News.
Amadin Uyi, News Central Television. Somna Sambo, Arise News.
Olufisai Ogufi, Nigerian Television Authority.
And Maope Ogun Yusuf, Channels Television News.
Good to see you on this platform too, Maope. The first time you are joining us in this discourse with the Honorable Minister.
We always help out to bring in the female touch to this conversation.
Good to have you with us.
Thank you.
Right, Honorable Minister, we should start with politics, right? That sits well with you.
I don't know. You are the anchor.
So much is happening in your party, the People's Democratic Party. One faction says we want to form an alliance with other political parties to be able to confront the APC in 2027. And then just a couple of days ago, governors on the platform of your party also came out with a different position, saying no, the PDP remains a strong and vibrant opposition and we are going to stay with the PDP. Where do you stand?
Benga, sincerely speaking, none of the factions have been truthful.
So there's a tough us.
Those who say they want to form coalition are not truthful to themselves. Those who say they don't want coalition are also not truthful to themselves. It's just a matter of interest. Let me start from those who say they don't want coalition, that is the governors' forum. They're not sincere to themselves, they're not sincere to the party. On Tuesday, precisely, I watched Politics Today on Channels Television. And where Okubalei was interacting with the governor of Oyo State.
And after watching that interview, I called the governor of Oyo State, who's my friend. I said, listen, I heard what you said, but you know you didn't say the truth as regards to some issues. Fundamentally, you had said in 2023, one of the reasons why PDP lost is impunity. You are right. People who believe that they have all it takes and so refuse to respect the constitution of the party as regards to power sharing between the North and the South. You are right. And again now, you are also making the same mistake by the impunity of the Governors Forum. You are repeating the same thing, that what happened in 2023 may likely happen in 2027. If you don't stop this impunity, it will affect the party. And how will it affect the party? Very clear. The Governors Forum is not an organ of the party. The Governors Forum is a pressure group that can put influence on National Working Committee. You cannot take the function of National Working Committee and say because you are governor, you will now superintend. And this is what I've always told people, that look, he said, okay, what about when I was a governor? I agreed. I said because it happened yesterday does not mean that it will happen today. Or even if it happened yesterday, was it right? And in any case, there was only a time when I was the governor, where governors came out to say, look, we have done this, we have done this, we have done that even should be acting secretary of the party. Never has it happened. Rather, we will influence what will happen in National Working Committee. And that is why we are pressure group. Now, you don't have the authority to say that somebody should be acting as national secretary when there's a national secretary who has not resigned. You cannot do that. You don't have power to say, we have formed the committee of zoning. It is not within your prerogative to form zoning committee. And these are things that people across will challenge any day, any time. And when that happens, people now say, oh, why do you think I'm making problem? Now, the issue is, who is the one setting then the foundation for crisis in the party? And I told people, look, the best way to go about this is you go on that, put your influence, get the results, and then you move on. But to come out openly to say, look, we, the Governors Forum, we have met with the organs of the party. We have met with National Working Committee. Who are you to say that a national secretary of the party that was elected, he was not appointed. Yes, it was in a particular area. And he was elected by the delegates at the National Convention. And so if there's anybody that would put national secretary of the party, it is through the National Convention. Assuming though not conceding that it is zoned to South East. South East can still not bring somebody. They can only say, okay, when we go for National Convention, this is the person we are going to back. It's not by appointment, it's by election. And when you challenge all these people, say, oh, you are making problem. And I told you, this way we are getting it wrong. And it will not work. whether anybody likes it or not. And this is the thing that you do. Another election is coming up. Who will be the one that will sign to INEC? INEC only recognizes the national chairman and the national secretary for correspondence. And tomorrow you now say, oh, PDP is in trouble. Well, people don't want peace. No. Now, that is on their own part. On the other part of those who are looking for is selfish interest. The likes of Atiku and all other people. Which calculation with whom? Why not come into the Paley party? Everybody wants to be president of the country. Nobody wants to say, look, let me build our party. So that at the end of the day, our party will be in a formidable position as an opposition party to take over power. We don't do that. Only what you want is, let me find a way how I will be the one. If that does not happen, to attempt Israel. And he made the mistake yesterday, he wants to repeat the mistake today, tomorrow he made the same mistake. And then you come out to say, we are rigged out. Who rigged you out? You have already rigged yourself at the current crisis. And this is what I'm going to say. But because people are not sincere to themselves. And people like me will not accept that. So the issue of coalition or these other people, they are not sincere. The issue of want to be alone, you're also not sincere. Because you have not shown that you want to be alone. You have not shown the seriousness that you want cohesion in the party.
Okay, Honorable Minister, let me ask you, let me take you back. APC, PDP, since 1999, we've known that a very strong component of this party, beyond being the interest group, is the Governors Forum. They have the war chests, they are very formidable, and you cannot say, after serving your own term now, that this interest group, strong interest group, cannot have told you the same policy.
I can see, you are part of the problem we're having. You don't say the right message. I didn't say Governors Forum are not strong. But by the constitution of the party, they are not organs of they are not any organ of the party. But you're a pressure group who can exert their influence. There's nothing hidden about that. But you're not going to take over the responsibility of the National Working Committee. Take for example, how dare you come out on national television to say we the governors, set on zoning committee, headed by one Doyediri. We have put convention to be held in Kano. We have told the Deputy National Secretary to be acting as National Secretary. That is the principle to crisis. And you know you cannot do that.
Could it be that the governors were just trying to fill a void? Just like when you were governor several times, you have never seen several times you try to fill the void. I know that when Adebo Sheriff was
I was never chairman of Governors Forum. You have never seen us say, we have appointed this person. We have said this will happen. Nobody does that. The Governors Forum of which were a part at that time. Yes, I have never was instrumental in bringing Alimo Dushe. I have listened to what you have said. But being instrumental, having influence, but this is the result. Does not mean that you come and take over, that you have decided this is that point of time to take. You remove secretaries. Listen to what you have said. I use influence to see that my candidate wins. But I cannot come up on national television to say I have directed the Deputy National Secretary to take over National Secretary. I have said this. I have said the convention will be this. That's the point I'm trying to say. You don't do that. We are not saying you cannot exert influence. You have to differentiate. In any case too, even if you want to exert influence, you must know that yesterday is not today. Today will not be tomorrow. The man that certain things worked yesterday does not mean so far to me that it will work today.
Yeah, would you accept, Your Excellency, that you already set that sort of precedent for them? Because you already admitted that the fact that it happened yesterday does not mean that it should now happen today or it should continue like that. Yeah. So don't you think that it's a bit hypocritical to say no.
Okay,
we did it in my time, but you cannot do this?
Take for example, there are things that happened yesterday. Nobody may want to question. There are things that will happen today. Somebody say no. We will question it. The mere fact that nobody questioned it yesterday does not mean it was right. And I've only said this, that you have to be careful. Circumstances change. Yesterday is yesterday. Today is today. You may not be lucky. And that's why you see, when people say, after all, when you were there yesterday, you did this. I agree. That was yesterday. Today, circumstances have changed. But you cannot say, we did it like yesterday. We will continue to do it like that. No, that's the point of that to make. You have to be very, very careful. You need unity. When there's no unity, you cannot achieve it. That's the point of that to make.
You have mentioned the issue of unity. And your colleagues, former colleagues, the governors made this proclamation. You have faulted it. Now, where do you stand in terms of your own activities within the party? How are you trying to build it now that this, back and forth has started?
Now listen, if you want what he said when Governor Wike was governor, he brought out his chest. He fought for the party. He made the party not to die. Mention one governor today in PDP. Mention one. That said, I have come out. I will leave this war. I am the head of opposition.
Your friend Bala Mohammed is
please, we are talking about serious issues. Now, mention one. Remember, under 2019 or before 2019, APC tried to muzzle the PDP. And some of us said, no, you cannot. They penetrated the party, tried to use a money sheriff. We said, no, we will not accept it. By funding, by everything. Today, how many governors will say, I'm the one funding this party, I'm the one paying their salaries? It's not by just mere talking. Today, in 2019, I said I was not going to be leader. I'm going to be in opposition. I'm going to stand for opposition. Today, how many governors you see that don't go to the village in the night?
In the night?
In the night. You see, it is not, you don't give what you don't have.
Excellency, they say they go to the villa by night with your support, and that's why people like Governor Moeno of Akwa Ibom State has endorsed President Tinubu for a second term, and the local government chairman in the PDP in Abuja here, Abuja Municipal Area Council, has defected to the APC. That all of these are factors being put by you to weaken the PDP.
No, what does it show?
Move and dissolve to
okay, it shows no leadership, no strong leadership. Leadership is not by talking. Leadership is by action. When I was governor, you have to make sacrifices. I made sacrifices, and I can tell you authoritatively, it is not an easy thing. For you to say, I want to lead the opposition party to go to Eldorado, it's not by mouth. You have to do a lot of things. It's not just coming out on national television. We, PDP, who are we PDP? Who is that person that's committed to lead this war? Now, all you see, everybody is putting himself just to get presidential candidate, not just to win the election. You have said no. Governor of Akwa Ibom, that's what you say, you said so. That he has endorsed the president. A key state endorsed president. Not only no. You saw the governor of Delta State. He said, I am supporting Mr. President for good governance, not for politics. A key state. So where's the position?
So
no, let me land, and then I will tell you. He said somebody declared for APC yesterday, the chairman of Ahmad. Why not? During the last area council, I was assigned Ahmad as governor of River State. How we won Ahmad. The Ahmad was given to River State. You, River State, we want to win Ahmad. We should fund it. They gave other states, other area councils. Some could not deliver. Right? That is commitment. Now, the governor came, the chairman came to me, and he said, I want to run. I said, you are running where? It's run by PDP. I said, which PDP? Who will sign to INEC that you are the candidate? Who will sign? You have a problem. And this is what I've been preaching. Can't you make sacrifice? Allow the national secretary to complete his term. So you don't run into this kind of crisis. With the way it is now, you cannot. Therefore, if you really want to play politics, you want to help yourself, you don't follow an alternative. I don't know where you will go to, but I know that the crisis that who will submit your name, that litigation will be there. And you should be careful. As a young man I help, it is between me to advise him, and it is between his choice to say, I've thought about this. Truly, this will be a problem for me. And then what I'm telling the government, avoid this. Avoid this.
So clearly you're going to give them problems, aren't you?
I'm not giving problems. You are creating problem. And I said don't create problem.
No, you said it happened previously. Nobody raised an issue with it. Meaning that you will raise an issue with this one.
No, don't somebody like me now to come and trample upon my right. No, you don't do that.
Your Excellency.
I'm a minister of FCT.
Your Excellency.
I'm not just any minister.
Your Excellency.
I'm a member of the FCP, and you must understand that. There's nothing any governor can do. I cannot have a member of FCP. Nothing. Nothing.
You have painted a very
big picture of the situation. I have that capacity.
Your Excellency, you have painted a very bleak picture of the situation in the PDP. Do we say that as of today, the PDP is not ready for the 2027 general election?
They are not ready. It's very obvious. You see, I have told you, I have an examination. I'm going to class to read. Indeed, am I reading? Am I studying? You don't need to deceive anybody that you know you are not reading. You are only trying to ensure that you know that you have carried your back to class. So I'm seeing my colleagues in the going to prep. Let me go out. You reach there. You are doing nothing. Then you say, but I want to study now. You know yourself. So people cannot say for sure. And I have said, it's not even a question of whether you like me. It's not about whether you like me. It's not like I've said this. You don't need to like me. What I'm saying, is it correct? What I'm saying, is it what will help the party? All this struggle, power struggle, cannot help us.
A lot of people say since you lost that primary election and you were not nominated as a vice presidential candidate, you've been beaten. Everything you've done is to pull the big party down.
Hold on. You took a decision that suits you. I took a decision that suits me. You suffer for a decision and enjoy the decision I took. So that's why I said, when you continue to have this, it's a problem. Am I the one now who say that you will not obey the Supreme Court judgment?
Yes, sir.
That said, look, you that want to go to Solution, you see, when people take advantage, the National Secretary went to run for governorship. The party constitution did not say you should resign. It's a lacuna. The man capitalized on that. Went and came back there and still as everything. There's nowhere it says I should resign. Yes, you are talking about morality. Should you have gone without resigning? What's the difference? It's power.
Well, I know you're not the AP. You are not an
Everybody
APC
takes
member.
advantage. I mean, why would you want to know
Minister?
You correct that their constitutional lacuna.
Yes. Will you deliver the PDP to the president, to President Tinubu in 2027?
Why?
I know you are not an APC member, but will you deliver?
Who is Tinubu other than me? Why are you asking me that kind of?
Because you are still a member.
You know why? You know why should I ask me that question? In 2023, I stood firm that I was not going to support the PDP presidential candidate. See, about leadership, let me tell you. As of 2023, APC was down. The health administration was not doing well. Nigerians were tired. Now you had another problem. You should Muslim ticket, which would have compounded the issue. Difficult. I found that a decision has to be taken. Which way do you go? What do you stand? I want power rotation. I could not have imagined that after 8 years of Buhari, that the same people will go back to. I said, no. It's not about whether you are choosing to be 50 or not to be 50. It's about principle.
You love it.
It's about principle.
Did you love it?
Love it to who? Now, I never love it. You saw the result. I never love it. Ask anybody. Now, to take a decision was difficult. But the decision has to be taken. And I looked at it. Atiku was not an option. So it's a no-go area.
When did he stop being an option? Wasn't it after he dropped you as vice president? When he did not pick you as vice president?
No. Let me tell you, from day one, I told my people, I said, one thing you must know. Having taken that decision in 2023, to now say, oh, I will support you for president. How? Tell me how.
Your Excellency, we know this and it's in the public space in the history of your party. But we want to look at what will happen in the immediate future. We know where you are, where you stand as far as the presidential elections are concerned. But will you be willing to support your party in every other position as far as 2027 is concerned?
Now, which position? Like, take for example,
senators, House of Reps, governors.
It depends. Take for example, let me tell you. Let me just say, you know me clearly. I don't play this way. If the people do not keep their house in order as far as it's concerned, I'm not going to support them in the area council election. Yes.
Will you support the APC?
I don't know about APC or any party. All I'm saying, if people goes the way they are going, I will not.
And you're a serving minister in an APC-led federal government, and you will support the APC in the NCT elections?
That is not what I'm talking about. I don't know what I'm trying to tell you. If people go the way they are going, I will not support them. And anybody knows me. I don't play hide and seek. I called my friend, the governor of Adamawa. I said, look, the way people are going, with this your so-called power, I will also keep people here in this FCT.
Yeah. So what about
prepare yourself?
Isn't that anti-party? Wouldn't you be disciplined by the PDP?
Who is the one that is not doing anti-party now?
So what we saw yesterday was Wike's house.
No, you don't like people don't like
the campaign to the APC.
You don't like the truth.
I just asked her.
I have told you, look at what you are doing is wrong. And the young man came to me and said, who will write to INEC that you are the candidate? There's a problem there. And you don't seem to ignore this. And it will hurt you. Therefore, go and look for a way. I don't know where you will go to. But if you are depending on this crisis will consume this party. And I can tell you, it will win.
So the man,
to the right thing,
he did your advice.
I can tell you, I have never gone to any governor, whether in a PDP, whether in APC, whether in Labour Party. I have never said, look, I would recommend this to you. I have never done it. That's not play role. I played a lot of roles from most of them. Like somebody like the governor of Bayelsa. I played role fundamentally. Yes. We cannot deny.
But it seems today, you and the governor of Bayelsa, there is no...
It's not the character. This is what I tell people. See, let me tell you, it's so unfortunate. And this kind of leadership we have. Okay, let me tell you. Baron Piggy. Senator Baron Piggy. So I remember I was doing his Thanksgiving Empire, local government in the good land. Apostle Zili Agri was the one who came to preach that day in church. Apostle Zili Agri stood up and said, Biricom, Mr. Governor, I'm handing over Biri to you. In the church. This governor of Bayelsa, I'm talking about there. During the second term, I was not to support him. The governor of Adamawa State simply came to me. The Minister of Petroleum, came to me. In fact, he brought Biri in Wisconsin Hotel, where I was staying then. Biri, as a governor, not to that, I said, you can't do this as a governor. You cannot do this. Stand up. I will support you. I will support him. Today, I saw him talking in the prayer while whatever. No one individual, but you cannot pronounce the person. He doesn't have the courage.
But in between, they had also released a video showing you soliciting his own help for your presidential ambition as a candidate as candidate of the PDP.
Please.
Okay, so put a context to that video.
He's a delegate.
Yeah.
I need every delegate to support me.
So that was
to go and vote delegates. I'm not a voter in Bayelsa.
Okay.
I'm not a voter in Bayelsa. So it doesn't need me if I'm not important. But as a delegate, I needed his vote. I went. But I didn't need that. But you haven't said that. You haven't need that. But he wanted, let me tell you, there are some people that are not, I can't stand it. I can't stand it. Let me tell you. Why, you see why I like the governor of Akwa Ibom? Why I like the governor of Delta?
Because you are coming to APC.
No, I'm not to APC. Some of you governor people were already in the villa. I mean, there are things you can't stand. Maybe you cannot stand. What kind of life is this? If you want to support Mr. President, for Christ's sake, support Mr. President.
And say it out.
And say it out. Why would you be afraid? Do you want to think that you're a governor? What are you afraid of? Whom are you afraid of? The player. The player. I have said this. Somebody told me last night. My friend, I don't know, I shouldn't talk about social person. I would have mentioned them now. I would have mentioned them. He said, today I see people criticizing Tinubu. But they have not gone to say, look, I applied to Tinubu. I did a financial assistance. He approved. He gave me. And under Obasanjo could you have done? Under Obasanjo could you have done? You see, I never as a sitting governor, apply to Buhari for any financial assistance. I never did that. I never did it.
Some may say you are because of the
you're from an oil-rich
your state.
And it's not the wealth of governor. Why is the governor so hold on. Buying the state today, he doesn't look for money again because he's rich. Where is this man? What is that man? Samad. Abdul Samad. He doesn't look for money because I have 10 billion naira as a state. Therefore, I will not look for another 5 billion to add. It doesn't make sense. The point is that have credibility, be a man of character. Today you know what I can do, and you know what I cannot do. You know how my skill of no, we will not do that. And that's what they call like I said, it's not what I call popularity show. I am this. In our city, if people knows, look, he won't tolerate this. I don't come and play this and play that. I will do that. Yes.
Honorable Minister, let me quickly change gears now to River State.
Yeah. No, before the two exhaust, I think we still have to some questions, like I have now. Let me take the Honorable Minister back to the issue of the position of the PDP governors forum. To see whether the desperate measures that the PDP governors are trying to resort to are not justified under the circumstances. What desperation? It's not even a good word. Desperation means yes, it's a good word. That's why you should allow me to paint the picture. Yes. At least I have counted almost 7 or 8 of the PDP governors who are in their first term, and they will want to go for second term. Yes. And they have a party that is so directionless. Yes. You can't account for the whereabouts of the national chairman. Yes. The secretariat is in the hands of so many disputants, at least 2. Samaya is claiming it's not disputant. No, don't use the framework that being disputant. Why would it be disputant? There's Udale, there's it's not. And then there's the deputy secretary that the governors are supporting now. Yes. So, in the light of all of this, no party, national working party to back them and all of that. These measures are they avoidable? That's what I was telling you. Sam's tenure will end in December. Why do you want to create crisis? That's why, again, if you look at what articles are saying, they are killing the PDP governor. But I don't really know the ones killing this party. Coming from that angle, I don't think it's a serious thought. But again, I sat back. I said, could they be doing what they are doing the name of this party at this critical point in time? Why could you not have, gentlemen, you're not going to this quagmire? Next, you know what we call I jump and pass. Enemies are setting trap for me. Let me jump and then pass.
Do you love the party?
Do you love their profession? So what I'm trying to say is, if I don't love the party, I won't give this advice. And this is advice for me. You are the one trying to kill that. You cannot go and say, we have appointed the Minister Secretary to be the acting secretary. You see, you have a national secretary whom you don't want. He was elected on the last convention. You cannot remove him. That's litigation. That's a crisis. And they claim that, look, I don't do friendship. I do what I will do. I don't do friendship when it comes on the issue of what is right.
Ahead of the December PDP convention, there are talks that you are already grooming a national chairman, a weak national chairman that may deliver the PDP to the APC.
I don't know how
I don't know. How do you react to such an accusation that you are grooming a national chairman, a weak national chairman that will hand over the PDP to the APC?
In our eyes, there is going to happen that's not wicked. Mention what happens anywhere that is not wicked. You just sit down one place.
But answer the question.
Answer the question.
Please, because you are saying.
Hold on.
Please.
Hold on. the last time you have opportunity to interview me.
Yes.
Does not make me you are supposed to do it.
No.
Don't answer the question. Don't do that.
Apologies on that.
Fine. Now, the point is that it is not correct. If I have any intention to do anything bad, like I said, I will not point out this. I'm pointing out this to me. Look at where you are heading to. It will not serve us right. Let us make sacrifice. Allow this man stadium to finish. And a man who does not love you or does not have administration will not be doing this.
You actually the South South. You talked about Akwa Ibom, you talk about Delta. It seems that the South South is going to be delivered to the APC come 2027.
I don't know. My own interest is my state. Look, do you want South South to vote for Tinubu? Yes. What is hidden in that? Have I not campaigned for that before? You need a new thing.
And you are getting converts. Umailo says is for Tinubu in 2027.
Delta too also.
Governor Umailo.
And Delta too.
Yes. So what I'm trying to say now, I have said it 2023. And I'm saying it again. On to 2031. And people when the position should go to the north, there's probably anybody who speak to me now, no grammar.
They say it's anti-party, Your Excellency.
It's not. It's to allow harmonious living together.
But let's look
live
at
and let live.
Because if it was
cannot
someone else.
No, you cannot tell me that it's your own prerogative to be producing president, but it's not so. Not all of us live.
let's just look at your
support it over here.
No, you have no chance to win the election.
Okay.
I don't go to where you see, people like this kind of social media candidates. I don't do social media candidates. I see them as a politician.
You won this Abuja.
But he got 6 million votes.
I said, I see them as a politician. And I analyze the candidate who is likely to win. In politics, it's not always the right that, oh, this is the best candidate. No. You see, Nigerians today, their politics, so many factors come in. And I have always told people this. Whether it is correct or not, it's a different thing. Okay? Look at everyone. Mind you, whether APC likes it or not, it was very, very turbulent for Tinubu to have scaled through that election. His own party administration, you could see, people don't want to speak the truth. Before that election, putting things that would have led him to fail election woefully. The fuel crisis, the Naira issue, it was terrible. No party in government will at that time bring such policy when you know you are running an election. But everything was done and he survived it.
Honorable Minister.
He survived it. So that's how you know that there are people, first of all, God is on their side. Two, they also know this game. You must give it to them.
Honorable Minister, you have made reference to the governors of Delta and Akwa Ibom saying that the president...
No, I made reference. Yeah, so ask question.
I understand.
So that you quote me well. Because when I said, thank you for what you have said. Even from that angle alone, does it not tell you? Yeah, that's one it.
Okay, so they have said that they're going to be supporting the president for good governance. Do you really think the president is governing well? When you think about what is happening nationally.
What is happening?
So for instance, only recently, you made reference to the fact that there's nothing that governors are doing now that you also do not have powers as Minister of the FCT to do.
No, what I'm saying, the point I'm saying, is not to understand it well. What I'm saying, as a governor of the state, a lot of people think that you can direct, you can have influence in the voting pattern. That's the point I'm trying to make. But me too, as a minister of FCT, I also have such a from that point I'm trying to make. Because, take for example, once you say that council, I can go to Ahmad. I say, listen, why you should vote for this man? See what we did here. See what we did here. See what we did here. I can go to Guabalaba. See why you should not vote for this man. Vote for this man. See what I did. You told me you wanted this. You told me you wanted this. Have I done it? Yes. I can go to Buhari. And this man will not likely to be the man. You told me you wanted left. You wanted right. You wanted front. You wanted back. Have I done it? Yes. I can go to Kwadi. I came here. I asked you this question. What do you want? You say you want this, you want it. Have I done it? Yes. I can go to Abaji. I came to you. You told me you want this. You told me you want this. Have I done it? Yes. Why they not believe me? If government is on performance.
Okay, so that is taken, your clarification is taken in terms of where you're talking about power as influence. Recently, the Governors Forum paid a visit to their counterparts in Plateau State over the killings that have happened in the state. Over 100 people have been murdered in the last 2 weeks. Benue State is also witnessing the same thing. And people have started asking questions as to where the president stands on these issues.
Okay, let me tell you.
And even where he is.
Let me tell you. Remember, when I became governor, people were saying rivers of blood. Remember, we were carrying channels, rivers of blood. This happened. This one, I owe it a duty as a governor of a state that security is paramount. I put in everything I have, whatever resources the state has, to provide security. This attitude of everybody, president. Yes, president is the commander-in-chief. However, you are in charge. After your state is there, concerned.
So in clear terms, those governors have responsibility. In clear terms, those governors have a higher degree of responsibility.
That's what I'm saying. Take for example, one people say federal high road. Who are those using it? So the people of your state. Now how do I sit? Because the federal high road, highway, the road is bad. Assuming the government at the federal level is not with me. Will you guys tell you know that I can do this road now is a federal level? Who wants to listen to that? You have to find a way to fix that road, to make government easy for our people. I said I was a governor. I have no relationship with the federal government. I have no relationship with the federal government. I mean, when we are just talking.
Honorable Minister, I still remember clearly.
You abandon responsibility. And you said, mind you, this killing in Plateau, in Benue, is a encouraging decimal.
But shouldn't it stop under an APC-led federal government? Because
no, let me tell you, the president is doing everything he could do to support the security agencies, support the state, to reduce the level of insecurity. Remember, in Abuja, when we came, it was a terrible thing, right?
Yes.
It was a terrible thing. People were saying insecurity. I said, listen, I owe a duty. Mr. President has given me this delegation. He has delegated the powers to me. He has appointed me. He has confidence in me. I therefore owe the residents of Abuja that I should be able to provide some level of security where people can. I'm not saying I will totally eliminate insecurity. Nowhere in this world. Just yesterday morning or today, they were shooting in the Florida University. I don't know whether you're talking about people died. That is at a level where you can say, with the technology and this and that. But that does not mean that insecurity pervades in Florida. You can have one or two occasions. Yes, we agree.
So as you have shared some of the successes you had, the Governor Mutford, who's your party member, Plateau State Governor Caleb Mutford, share some of the successes you've had in Abuja.
My father told me this. If you're somebody who look, how you do this? You're IGR. I spoke to you today. How much are we getting from federal government? With all due respect, how much are we getting? The federal government gets 800 billion a month. They give us 1%. 1% is 8 billion. 8 billion. So where will I get the money? To do this infrastructure. So I have to fall back. I have to be aggressive. It doesn't matter whether you like it or not. As a reason, taxes. You, if you don't pay this, I revoke this.
Honorable Minister.
But they accuse you of land grabbing. I said to hell. I'm going to do this. I need the money to carry out
Honorable Minister, just to follow up on that issue, because you talked about, how governors need to take responsibility. That's what I seem to glean from that. I do know that while you're governor, while you also say you're taking responsibility for security in your state, you admitted the limited nature of governors. You once complained about being the chief logistics officer.
Let me tell you now, because politics was brought into security. What happened in my state? I had a minister that was the deputy minister with the federal government. They wanted to make my state ungovernable. I had 12 commissioners of police in 3 months. Now I had to sit back. What do I do to survive this? So I have to go back and plan security architecture. I don't have enemies at the federal level. So nobody saw me in Abuja. I never slept in Abuja. I remained in River State. Even if I come to Abuja, I go back that day.
That's a convenient point to stop you, because we're still going to talk about River State. But we need to go on a quick break now. And of course, when we come back from that break, you'll be meeting Mr. Infrastructure in the FCT. But before you meet that Mr. Infrastructure, we'll talk a little bit about River State politics. Mark, where you have been asking to have that. So when we come back on break, you are going to lead us along that path. So we'll go on a quick break. We'll be right back.
So when we play the role you were playing.
That's what I said to show, it's not to come out on television. Come back to say you want to, and in sincerity, not in the night and the villa. In the morning, your television is so easy. Whipping it. Who are you playing?
FCT, His Excellency Nyesom Wike. We're just about to switch gears now to this issue of the state of emergency declared by the President in your home state, Rivers State. You haven't quite said anything since that state of emergency was declared, but quite a number of people, including the NBA, the National Nigerian Bar Association, has come out to say that the President's declaration was unconstitutional. Politically speaking, though, there are those who say that you might be unhappy because it does appear that since the Supreme Court judgment, members of the State House of Assembly who, have stayed, let's say, loyal to you, were gearing up to impeach the governor. And some people have said, politically speaking, perhaps that was a move to, save the situation in Rivers State. What exactly is your own permutation and your thinking since a state of emergency was declared in your state?
Barbara, do you want me to tell you the truth?
I'm listening.
As a politician, I'm not happy. I wanted actual removal of the governor. As a politician, I'm not happy. But for the interest of the state, the president did the right thing.
As a lawyer?
No, I'm coming. I don't know the matter in court. But people must say the truth. The governor was gone. He was gone. Yes. He was gone. So when people say President Bush, I say, look, if that's where they should be worshiping, they should be worshiping Mr. President. Every morning go to the president, can we wash your feet for serving us? How? Mind you, Supreme Court has said nobody can go to local government when it's not democratically elected. Mind you, Supreme Court has said nobody will go to the state without appropriation. In that situation, there was crisis. All institutions will be shut down. Health will be crisis. Education will be crisis. It is not in my place to make it good for the governor.
What about your state?
That's what I'm saying as a politician. It is not in my place to make the governor to be happy. It's not me. My business is not to make him comfortable. And that's what does power play.
It's part of the role we play.
Now the point I'm trying to make, Mr. President came in and save the situation, save Rivers people of that calamity, of that anarchy.
Oh, so you know it was going to cause calamity if the governor was impeached?
What calamity? That the governor is removed? Was it a coup? The Constitution provides that if there's an infraction of the Constitution, that you can be impeached. I don't know people who are working towards today for the president not to go back for second term. Is it a crime? If they have their way to impeach Mr. President in National Assembly, wouldn't they do it? You think that they are comfortable to stop the 2 years? Who told you that? I never told anybody that I'm a pastor or a man. It's a power game. But the people must face the reality. The governor cannot think that, this or that, if governor removed, this will happen. What will happen?
Yes, but I've asked you.
So the point I'm making is that President saved the situation. And that's why they don't understand when Attorney General said that they should even thank Mr. President for saving them.
A lot of people have accused Mr. President as bias, saying that you would have been suspended.
Yes. Suspended for the
that you are
suspended one leg of the problem. Also, one leg of the problem. Listen now, one of these things. What's the problem? I don't know what's the problem for president.
I instigated
to go doors. Are you now hearing coalition? What's the essence of coalition? To make sure the president does not return. I don't like the president to sleep every day. Has anybody killed anybody? If president body is not percent, he doesn't want to be now. He's also working by delivering the dividend of democracy to the best of his ability. He's not going to sleep. Mr. President has a good relationship with the National Assembly. For Christ's sake.
Yes,
hold on. You see, I have told you here, government is not about awarding contract. It's not only about awarding contract. Government is only about inspecting project, commissioning project. Your capacity, ability to navigate is key. If as a governor, you have crisis, you don't know how to navigate, to put your people in check to make sure your government is going through. I suffered it. The powers that be and the national assembly wanted to survive. Did I go to church to cry? I came back. I sat down. I said, listen, we have problem. But I rule as a despot.
But right now,
hold on. That there's no government. The only thing that makes government democracy is legislature. Under the military, you have executive, you have judiciary, but there will be no legislature. So what makes it democracy is the legislature. When legislature is not there, there's no democracy. And you came down without any plans. You went to an arm of government that's a symbol of democracy. That's a despot. Supreme Court sits so white and black. What are people talking about? Nobody wants to say, look, this thing you did was right. You sat down out of 32 members of the constituency, you sat down. You are taking 3 people to make law. And you say they have been affected by your own math. It lies in your own math. The infection is by you. The governor said, look, it is by me. Anything I say, how they will be, that's how they will be. Who does that in this world? Who does that?
We said by his own mouth, but we saw them waving flags of the APC.
Oh, define defection. Supreme Court define defection constitutionally and politically. I want you to go and read the judgment. So, let me tell you so that it's good to educate the public. Yes, I can say we have defected. I don't know people who have been defending at the National Assembly. It should the Speaker, it should the Senate President have dedicated their seat vacant. They have not. But when it does not suit them, they hit the devil. We have declared a seat vacant. And it is only then you can say defection has taken place.
Yes, but
if you don't know flag on you,
yes,
you say, I wave flag.
Yes.
Because you know not say, if I wave flag of another party, okay now that the governor of Delta, the governor of Akwa Ibom, said they will support the president, they're defected. Is that the constitutional position of a defection?
Your Excellency, but let's look at the state of play now.
Yes, now you talk about the MBA. Yeah. About the let me tell you, I've told you, people should thank Mr. President. But me as a politician, selfishly, I'm not happy, I say so. But presently what he did for the interest of the state. The House Assembly members were not happy. And that's why I had to go to London to speak to them. To say, listen, I agree. We are doing a constitutional role. I agree. But look at it on a broader.
But actually,
look at it in a broader way. Look, country, no salary, nothing will happen, the state will go down.
Yes.
So that's so on that basis, I like it. Yes. So now you said NBA, it's unfortunate. How will NBA say it's on Congress when you collect that gift? What is it?
No, they're not connected.
No, they exist. One now holds on.
Yes.
That's why I tell people, when the board of ventures came to see me, it was here. And I told them, what is it? When Justice Mayfield gave judgment about local government, NBA came out and condemned the judgment of Justice Mayfield. Without reading the judgment.
They made comments without reading the judgment?
Yes. Which has never happened, yes. Now, the president declares an emergency. That's all. It's not on. Now, until everybody now knew why you are doing what you are doing, but instead give you a gift of 300 million naira, a gift that was not appropriated. There was no appropriation. You took MP. You took 300 million and said it's a gift. They solicited for a purpose. And you are a member of the NBA. And you have supported the NBA yourself. So hold on. In my budget, I put grant. In my budget, I put grant. And I allowed by law. It's about appropriated. In this case, there was no appropriation. And for NBA to take an illegal gift, assuming that this didn't come up now, do you know that they took gifts?
Are you suggesting that the stance of the NBA was influenced by the gift that they received?
Are you not aware? Everybody has seen it.
No, they're two separate things.
No, they are not two. There are some gifts that will kill you.
Okay.
This gift, this gift is too bad. Let me say, that's why you have to be careful. There's certain things you do. Look at what happened. NBA, a judgment of court was given by the NBA, not being a party to the suit, come out to criticize the judge. Why did he do that? Interest somewhere. Or to this thing about it now, no wonder. NBA has never, as a body, come out to criticize judgment of a court. So that does not mean that you as a lawyer, you will not be able to criticize judgment of court. What's the business? Not knowing that there was something going on. Money, 300 million. Did they declare that the state government gave them a gift? Until now.
Your Excellency.
So when you say emergency, people are going to court. They don't understand it. Let the court determine whether what the president did was legal or illegal. Not on the perspective. That's why we have the court.
Yes.
The court must make a this attitude of what we do, something that I don't like. Because from my view, it's wrong. Therefore, it's wrong generally. That's what we have to go to court.
Your Excellency, that's why I wanted you to speak on the state of play right now. There's a state of emergency in your state.
Yes.
You are a politician. You have benefited from the democratic process, sitting on top of the table in Rivers State. Are you doing everything in your power? Because we saw pictures of you and some legislators from the state in London and all that. Are you doing everything in your power to make sure that 6 months is done and everything returns to democracy? Being a beneficiary.
No. The beneficiary of what?
Of the democratic process.
That's why we are supporting the State Assembly. That's why we want that the only way there can be democracy is when the legislature is in existence. Now, it behoves you now, who is the governor, to allow democratic structures to be. It behoves you now to say, look, this thing has happened. How do I do to bring everybody together? Now you hear people talk, go on television, say this and say that. I'm an elder. That's the cause of the problem. As an elder, the claims he is. Has he one day called me? Come. What is the problem? Why can't you sit down and talk? And let me know, okay, see this and see that. Rather, as a true promoter of ethnicity, under Adadou's governor, is never said to sort hell. That's the period we had Ogoni and Okrika crisis. That's the period we had crisis in Okrika land, where human beings were too slaughtered, where he established the Bush Boys. Action. Under who? By the now had Amaraba for Okrika, under my government. Under me, under him there was crisis. Bloodshed. There people were dying. We started a faction of what they call them Bush Boys. The other started a faction and they were killing, slaughtering people. As a governor, as an elder statesman, and you have not. Child, these are my people. Now somebody who's back from your place came as a governor and said, no, this has to stop. What is this problem? God gave judgment and Madam Anamo. Instantly, I did not waited. I said, no, we are end to all this crisis. It was going to be a man of Okoria. I went ahead and created another first plan for Oguruma. I recognized somebody called the Amana of Keke. I recognized somebody called Amana of Okochu. Today, in Okrika, there is peace. If I didn't want peace, as a non-Okrika, I would have allowed it so there will be crisis in that place. And this is what I tell people, elder, it's not just because I'm 85 years. Elder also means by your conduct, by your activity. If you be an elder is 85 years and you are not bringing peace, take away that elder group. Take it away.
So you have admitted that part of the reason why there's the state of emergency was declared in your state was to preempt a number of things which could have degenerated.
The president did not want the state to get to that level of real anarchy. And he did the right thing. I said, but selfishly, I wouldn't want it.
Yes, I just want to ask you.
I'm a politician.
So politicians
I'm happy with anarchy? No. You know about. I wanted the governor not doing well. Get out.
And some people say the son administrator is also not doing well. He's already acting like a Democrat. When he's supposed to be there appointing local government chairman.
I'm so surprised about it. He said he's bringing democracy. First of all, remember, and take ourselves back. If this son administrator does not bring peace in the place, does not set up democratic structures, remember, the moment the 6 months is over, you will fall back to Supreme Court judgment. Today, they are getting their money because a state of emergency has been declared. Ordinarily, if the state of emergency was not declared, money won't go to the state. Money won't go to the local government.
Is it not hypocritical? Money is flowing to the hands of the state and the local government under an administration that is not democratic.
Listen to what I said now. That's the point I'm trying to make. What is hypocritical about it?
Because the administration is not democratic.
No, the who made it to be democratic?
It's a sole administrator.
No. The government already collapsed. Supreme Court giving government that has no government. And therefore, there's no appropriation. And you cannot spend money without appropriation. There's no local government. Who will take the money? Who will preside over the money? Emergency route ordinarily is an aberration. However, because the Constitution recognizes that a situation like this may come up, but the president has power to do what he did. In order to say, okay, for the time being, let us have some peace. But in having that peace, civil servant must be paid. In having that peace, institution must be ranked. You cannot say civil servant should not be paid. schools should not go on, hospitals should not go on. How about?
Well, the Constitution never says that a democratically elected governor will be swept off his feet because the intention of the
Constitution was remember Section 305 said we're going to get the exceptional steps. But like I said, the matter is in court. Let the court interpret. And that's why people should be patient. Up to now, we have almost about 11 cases. I hear the PDP governors went to court. I hear.
Yes,
that's what I heard. They know. They all did that just to, they deceived the governor. They deceived me. Don't you know the governor? Apply this. Apply that.
Your Excellency, if we are looking at a long-lasting peace, we are 2 months gone into the state of emergency.
No, 1 month.
1 month gone. In 6 months is expected to be over. And you stated clearly that the president's decision sort of gave the governor a lifeline. Should the supporters be bothered that after the state of emergency, because we know these 27 lawmakers are part of your political family?
That is what we are saying. He who wears the shoe knows where it pitches it. Is that correct? So hold on. Look at the circumstance where you are. You should take the bull by the horn. Take steps. I told you here. Has anybody approached anybody?
So Governor Fubara hasn't called you on the line since his suspension.
I have told you, have anybody approached anybody? You know, when you see, I don't like people who are hypocrites. I have told you, mention one leader, one so-called elder in Rivers that has taken step. Those of them who are running around the governor, collecting money. I hear one of them is not known in the golf club, IBB golf course here, playing golf. As they go over to say, look, now we're under this kind of situation. What do we do? 6 months will still be over. Have we achieved the things we are supposed to achieve? Because at the end of the day, if you don't achieve anything, then you still go back to square one. Which does not make sense. Does it not occur to you that, look, if nothing is being achieved now, there's no population. There's no electoral local government. Supreme Court judgment was implemented.
Somebody is sole administrator accountable to. That's what people.
That is why it is called emergency rule. Which I told you as a politician, I'm not happy. But to solve the situation, and that's where the president came in. And that's why those who know should now know that let's take this opportunity. I said, look, I know this is the problem. Can you do this? Can you do this? You must make sacrifice.
Some will say that talking of those who know, should that include you?
It's not only coming out
should that include
national television.
Yes, Your Excellency, some will say, Your Excellency, that you, more than anybody else, should be the one also mediating this peace process. Simply because this is just less than a year after you left office. This is the legacy. As in, the governor was your man, the House of Assembly members are your people. So, one would say you are even more of a stakeholder in making sure that this process of peace gets to fruition.
Now, let me tell you, but the same assembly people listen to me. Is that right? But the government didn't listen to me.
Just seem as a stubborn son.
Okay, no problem. Now, let me tell you something. Have you heard the parable of the prodigal son? Let me tell you, the father left those who listened to him and went in search of that only one that knows that only prodigal son. That's not correct. When a prodigal son comes back and pleads, I said, look, forgive me. I've made a mistake. I want us to move forward. You are human. You are human. What? In sincerity, let me tell you, 2 governors under APC, Michigan, with an influential person from outside the state, 2 governors under APC, right? Came to talk to me. And I said, look, I'm going to governor. I'm a FCC minister. there was a gang up against me here. And I knew there was a gang up. I had to do some structures on ground to see that there is peace. That I do my work. I don't need to allow enemies to capitalize on one or two things. Who will suffer? Is the administration of the president, who has confidence and people in this place. So I don't need to believe to give the school. You are the governor. You have a problem. That's why I said governance is not only restricted to award of contract and commission of project. It takes beyond that. If you are this today, will you pick his call? These two, I said these two governors came to me. And I said, look, I'm here for peace. What does he want? What does he want? And they said, look, we'll do everything to make it. I said, in sincerity, if anybody comes there to say, look, you want, but it must be in sincerity. Let me tell you, I've been in this system, I've been in government. I'm not doing politicians play. Politicians buy time. The best opportunity was when President intervened. The day President intervened, the assembly went immediately. I will do the impeachment notice. You had what happened. Some elders came up. President has no power. What did they want political? They went to court. They went to court. A lot of suits were instigated. Where did he lead us to now? Who is on suspension? Is it me? I mean, he was in wisdom, a good president of the country. Called you, whether he was right or he was wrong. At least at that level, that's okay. Let me stomach. Let me listen to him. And you play your own part. Let the other not play their own part. Because he has played his part. People are saying, look, do you understand what it takes? For 16 months, you seize people's salary. They don't pay their children's school fees. Most of us are just talking. Do you know what it takes? Let me ask all of you here, that your children are at home. Why? They have no money to pay their school fees. Why? Somebody has stopped my salary for 16 good months. And nobody appears to take that into consideration. So it fails. And I expected that somebody should say, look, this thing should end. Let me go. Sir, man, we can't continue this way. Let's sit down and talk on the table. All this arrogance of going to national channels, arise to abuse anybody. You are hearing, they say I'm dead, they flee me out. All those things will not give you the peace. You carry coffin, which is dead. It's not my business. If people who have heard, who really understand what it is, should say, look, we have done this for how many years now? What have we achieved? Can there be peace? Rather, they try to make sure the problem does not end. They make money.
Two quick questions because we're already about to move to the FCT. I wanted to ask you, first you have said that you are open to forgiveness if the governor should come to you for forgiveness. Sincerely. Okay, so that is clarified. The second issue is, what party do the assembly members of River State belong to?
They belong to PDP.
They belong to PDP?
Yeah. The court has ruled the other day. You see, when people are Femi Falana, who is the lawyer to channels on all these things, lies. I mean, it's an advocate. You go to court. You lie. But the issue of defection is at the Federal High Court. You refuse to tell people that you do what they call a cross appeal. When the court of appeal gave judgment that these people had defected, You had a cross appeal in Supreme Court. And Supreme Court made a pronouncement about it. You lied. So when the judgment came out, people said, I think they said Supreme Court has not pronounced on defection. What happened a few days ago? Friday was saying Supreme Court has settled this matter of defection. Now, if such people at that level can come out on national television and lie, and you may not take it serious, but it's very hurting. And lies can cause a lot of crisis. Before you know it, so many things have gone wrong. And there are things you don't do. And that's the problem I have with some senior lawyers who live on telling lies. Lies.
What do we make of the character of the members of your party who wear flags?
Of the government. And I'm demanding a stand.
Yes.
Did they not support the president to the president?
Sorry.
Yes, did we not support the president to the president? So what is new now that they said on the mandate they stand? Did they not say 2023 that they stand on the mandate and voted for you? So what is new?
Talking about the mandate, sir, we'll come to the FCT.
Yeah.
Because time is not our friend now. We need to look at what is happening in a couple of months. I mean, just over a month. You are supposed to see the next step of projects in the FCT, which will be unveiling. You've gone around, and I think on Friday again you were in some places. Tell us the level of projects now, and how many are we likely to unveil?
No, tell me the truth. Tell me the truth. Are you happy or not?
Tell
me the truth. Are you happy? Don't you see?
Your Excellency, I'm smiling.
If things are not happening, will you be smiling?
Honorable Minister.
The difference is clear. If you didn't do, you didn't do. Honorable Minister, you can see what is going on in Africa everywhere. People are talking. People are saying, you mean this is possible within a short time of less than 2 years that this could be provided? That we were here 8 years? Nothing happened. We are not going to 2 years, see what has happened. So, in 4 years' time, what will happen? Look, some of us take the light. When I go out, I see that people are happy. I went to party on road to Lokoja, 8 to 5. I went to that road. Look, it's like, in those days, as a politician, they would have gone to bring women, young girls for you to marry. For the good things you are doing. Yes.
They almost gave you one in Kwali.
No, I'm not a party for that. So the point I'm making is that it shows how happy people are. Then from Pi to Komani, go and see. In Kwali, it's not a Kenju. Equally, Tokula. Look, people should come. So truly, that's government can come to the rural area. Is it true? It has never happened.
Honorable Minister.
So people are happy. Look at what we are going to touch in May. In May. Have you been to the international conference of that?
Yes, and the controversy about the cost of it, that is...
What is the cost?
The cost is prohibitive.
You are not the one to define. It's a procurement process. So let me tell you, I'm not a man of cheap quality. Even the way I dress, I wear quality things. So you don't expect anything I will do. I should lower standard. Even I won't do that. Look. When we supported inaugurated the Cross Parliament, it was an answer. You shed tears for this country. You know this is our international conference center. Look, before President came, I told the Senate President, I said, this is embarrassing. He said, what are you going to do? I said, what did I do? Immediately President came, he called my attention. No jobs, nothing. Somebody, they get to one senator. Ran down the place. It was terrible. Now, I shut it down on the emergency because most people use there for whatever. So if you follow the normal procurement process, it will take long. So we have to live under emergency. Who built it? Julius Berger built it. So we don't need to go and look for. To say, oh, we don't know where the cable passed and this and that. We know Julius Berger. And you know Julius Berger is not a cheap company. You know that. Now, we bought Julius Berger. Today, go to that Kwajalein Conference Center. By this May, I will invite you. You come and see what they call International Conference Center. You will be happy as a Nigerian that you have done this. Now, what happened? Ethnic politics came. Religion came. Hey, because he is so religion. Because he's so place. That's why I can't see it. I mean, I cannot understand that. The only thing we have is right now. You can make your money. And nobody's against it. But it is not your property. It is the only symbol. And I told them, to hell. Some people came, no, you know this. I said, this is getting too much. Well, that's the happen. So this May, Mr. President, I hope you be around.
Yeah, I mean,
I come and know that good thing is good thing.
And that same senator has been criticizing the federal government very, very.
I don't know. I don't care.
But just to add on,
you can criticize as much as you want to criticize. Is it devil that criticize?
Yeah.
Human beings will criticize.
Also, the issues of hospitals, Honorable Minister, I need to add that there are several uncompleted hospitals that your administration inherited. One is at Utako here. There's also another one in Guagulada, another one in I think Buhari also. How soon are you going to focus on expanding or bringing to life this kind of infrastructural development to the hospitals? Because a lot of Nigerians are finding healthcare costly in Abuja here because private hospitals are milking them. Even we journalists, when we are sick, we don't get some of the required attention in hospitals. How soon can you attend to our hospitals?
Let me tell you one thing. Life is key. Life is key. When you see that they kill you, it's not correct. I do agree with you that we must provide the best for our people. And in providing the best, it requires resources. Our procurement process takes a lot of time. And which I have said, when I was governor, I tried to speak with the assembly. I said, look, if you follow the Procurement Act, you won't go anywhere. Therefore, assembly, we need to amend the procurement process so as to be able to cater easily, urgently for certain things. Our hospital is one of it. The Otako had a problem. It came down. Part of it fell. Now when I came on board, there were issues, litigation issues. So many projects under litigation. And we try to see this. Let us see how we can resolve some of these issues and go ahead. But thank God we're almost there. That some of these issues are being resolved. The couple, and some of them, we are not trying to resolve they were Guarepa and the rest of it. And the way they are also built, you see, it's unfortunate. Building of hospital is different from building of marriage house. That's what I have found out. You don't build hospital just like ordinary house you are building. From day one, those who are going to supply the equipment must work with those who are doing the civil engineering. It's not where you come and build, you break this, you break this. No. And these are the kind of things we found out. So listen, let's take this in the way it's supposed to be done. I feel guilt that the kind of things we have as hospital is when we get that. Why did you apply for land? Why did you apply for land? First of all, there should be documentation. When you apply for land, you do the documentation. In doing the documentation, there are fees that are paid. And people should also know there's no government can within their 4 years or 8 years in office, we have provided infrastructure everywhere. We take it step by step. Government has allocated Matama 2 years ago. It is now I-70. We have to develop infrastructure here. People who have allocation, they have not even paid their money. How much is it?
21 days now to pay.
No, I'm coming. Take for example. Are you telling me admission? You apply that you want land. And government's okay, follow the process. And within 21 days, you've not paid 300,000 naira to have your papers. For Christ's sake. For Christ's sake. I mean, we like to do things, we don't like to follow procedure. Supreme Court has come to say, look, every land belongs to FCT. Therefore, there's nothing like area council land. And we don't want to go by saying we have cancelled all the allocation. We are magnating, but it's okay. Let's regularize, so you can have your C of O. What is the wrong thing that we have done? 2, some people have their ROFO, they don't go for the CFO. They use ROFO as land speculators to begin to go and sell. And you deny government of the required form. I have told you here, if the federal government gets 800 billion a month, now what is given to us is 8 billion. 8 billion cannot pay salary as it is to the minimum wage. Not less than 15 billion naira will pay. Now if you sit back without aggressively pursuing these funds, we won't be able to pay salaries. When you talk about infrastructure, and there's nowhere in this world that you can say it's free. How much are you paying?
Very commendable, Your Excellency.
Now, everybody,
the aspect of the land,
everybody is on the land. Again, you have land, 2 years, non-development. You have shanties everywhere. That alone is a security threat. And people don't do this because they have become land speculators. Somebody comes, he wants to do mass housing. Government allocates the land to you. 500 hectares. The land does not even have mass housing. He now sells the land. Piecemeal. And makes money. And who is suffering?
Your Excellency, we need to move very fast because
it's not fair.
Yes, the Abuja will be 50 by February 6. A lot of Nigerians are expecting maybe like a commission or a study to see how the coming of the Federal Capital Territory in this axis has affected the FCT original inhabitants, Nigerians who are here, the infrastructure, the Abuja Master Plan itself. What are you doing ahead of the 50th anniversary? Is the Abuja Master Plan still intact? Should we review it? After 30 years, it's supposed to have been reviewed, but it hasn't been reviewed.
The problem we have, you always trying to, in a rush. We know Abuja will be 15 by next year. Why not you be patient and see what we are doing? Part of the Abuja Master Plan is to keep Abuja the way the Master Plan was done. Remember, I'm sure, you too, we are part of the problem because you are from Abuja. Take for example, look at Ministerial, Baduma, the other problem. That problem, if you are passing a road done by Gilmore, that road also pairs too. Compensation has been paid to communities. Long, more than 20 years. Leadership is the problem. So not giving compensation. Allow us to develop. And the land that are allocated more than 20 years ago, right? Now I have called them. They said no. They want another compensation. Right? These are problem. Oh, why are you developing people's houses? I will bulldoze it. I will. This area I will do it. Because you see, that is against the master plan of Abuja. You can't have those kind of shanties within the city. Development has come, but it's unfortunate.
But they said all of them were compensated.
No, it's not correct. Even this one we are doing now, Ministerial or whatever. Ministerial. It took me time. I left the land. I have sat down with them. They achieved everything. They said no.
But you agreed to pay some money. Have they been paid?
Well, in fact, I paid double.
Yes, in fact, that's.
I had to be there for the demolition to take place.
Very commendable because you should.
Now, the point I'm making is that if I don't take that bold step, the place will develop. Now, I want to give district no infrastructure. So, without the EFCC have an academy. The university took 11,000 hectares of land. That will be which one? Now, if the university will sit on 11,000 hectares of land. I was going to ask you, what have you resolved with them? No, what I'm saying, I will not allow that. I will not allow that. Because we are not doing infrastructure. People have to move. The city is getting congested. So are you going to take part of the land? Well, no, we're going to take, we're taking. When you say, are you going to take? We have left 4,000. Even that 4,000, federal government give them that land. That's what happened with them. And then it has, why not what do you know original habitat? Who's not the original habitat here? I mean, let's not begin this. The point is, you tell me, can the university be giving 11,000 hectares of land? To do what? For Christ's sake. To do what? All they not do, they partition, they sell. The city is getting too congested. Now go there and see the road that we are doing now. So the one you took, was it without resistance? The one you are taking from the... Is there anything you do here that the people will not resist? That's what it means. At the end of the day, we will conquer.
Honourable Minister, let me take you up on the issue. I mean, you've spoken extensively about infrastructure, and really, I mean, a lot of people, when you come into the city, you see very clearly that there's a marked difference. However, in terms of maintaining this infrastructure, in terms of cleaning it, sanitation, those who are supposed to sweep the roads, if you go along the Nnamdi Azikiwe Expressway, for instance, the part from Apo under the bridge to Apo bypass now, that overpass you've made, has become a car park of sorts. There seems to be no order. People can follow one way as they please. Okada riders are all over the place. I don't know who is in charge.
Let me tell you, you are part of our problems. People, you want it on channel, or how they are not allowing people to survive.
Yes, but the problem wasn't living in the board.
I'm coming. You see, that's the problem we have. Government comes up to say, look, this is what must be done. Government empowers vehicles, get them arrested. You won't tell the correct story. The story is that under this economic hardship, vehicles have been impounded.
No, with due respect, channels will always have the correct story.
No. Always. No. Are you channel as a case in point? All of you do the same. Go to Arise.
You are something like a journalist.
No. You go to Arise. We have problems to ourselves. We have talked about cleaning, sanitation. Do you know one big area is sanitation?
Yes.
And it's very expensive. It's not right?
Yes.
It is. I'm coming. Those who clean up, they will be paid. Is that correct?
Yes.
Will they be paid?
Yes.
And people have to pay their taxes for it before you pay? Before we pay those cleaners? Have you helped us to say, look, what are you talking about? All these refugees you are generating, government needs to remove them. Money has to be paid. This is the place where I see a country where I see that a man thinks he has a right to bring refugees out. The government will remove it. I've never seen it like that. And government said, yes, we are coming to remove it. We have to pay a token. It's a problem. Look at even in Asokoro. is a problem. And you continue to preach. Because nowhere in this world, it doesn't happen that way. Sanitation is a very serious thing.
What you should consider the waste recycling plants, sir. Waste recycling.
Even if you do that, the point I'm making, will it be free? Will it be free? With all due respect to you, let me ask you one question. How many of you? Yeah. You live in Abuja. You have a house in Abuja. You have a house in Abuja. Tell me the truth.
I don't have one.
No, tell me the truth. But you live in Abuja. When have you paid a sanitation fee? I want to start with you.
Your Excellency,
I want to start with you. But who has the question?
In fairness, journalists do not answer questions. But I will answer your question.
Are you not
I am very prompt. I'm very prompt in paying my sanitation fees. But what I want to ask you very squarely is, who is Because sometimes these things start in bits. Take for instance, the new road you just built in front of Guzape expanded, in front of SARS. This thing started like started in piecemeal. Okada men facing one way. Now it's a menace.
That's what we're trying to do now. By the time we finish this bus terminals and the rest, we have an opportunity now to say no, we can't be using that area. People ask us, why are you stopping them when there's nowhere for them to load and this and that? It was fun and authoritative, first of all. By the grace of God, we're almost done with the 3 bus terminals. We'll be able to. It's okay. If you want to, this is where you will load. This is the dropping point, right? In that case, we will not be able to see that. Yes, we have been able to reduce this so-called illegal car park. It's horrible. Not only that, even where I live, when you see Kekenapans, they take over their house, and you sit down, this is not what's supposed to be. And somebody will ask you, what is the apparatus you have provided? And then you show under the economic hardship. Everything now is under economic hardship.
Honorable Minister, we just have to stop to this chat here. We are completely out of time. But considering the fact that from now to May 29 is still a long time before Mr. President commissions those projects, we will still probably have the opportunity of you telling us one by one what those projects are about and the different things they bring on.
I will let you know. I will believe that you will be happy with what you have done.
Thank you so much, Honorable Minister. Because it's Good Friday, we wish you a Merry Easter, Happy Easter.
Everything should be good.
Happy Easter. Thank you. My name is Ben Garuliba. My colleagues are
Amadin Uyi, Somna Sambo,
Fisai Ogunfui.
Okay, open yourself.
Thank you, sir.
We'll see you again.
It's a pleasure.